Hello everyone, welcome back. So here in this video we're going to talk about medical history. Okay, so medical history. So if I go check the medical history, just give me a second. Okay, so here is the medical history. So the medical history data set, so basically it has one record per medical history event per subject. So dataset includes subject prior history at the start of the trial. Example, subject medical history information could include general medical history, gynecological history, primary diagnosis. So these are just for the subject if they have any previous medical conditions. So that information will be recorded into this dataset. Okay, this is come under events class. Okay, events class domain based on the general observation class. Okay, if I show you the specification here, so this is a specification and let me hide this part, hide it. So I also want to hide yeah. So this one I don't need it for now, I hide it. So these two part are I need it. So here we'll be having the few variables. So the majority of them are we are not been keeping them because these are the meddraw variables. Okay, so we are not keeping these ones. So these are already null values, so we don't keep this part. Okay, anyway, so let's continue with the program first. So here we have a program already I have created. Okay, so I'll take this part. I just try to make a bit bigger here because so that you can have a look clearly. Okay, so here as usual I do the reset and I'm creating the mh log here. Okay, I run this part. Then next what I'm doing, I'm just trying to import the required libraries, and also I'm taking that raw path, the library where the raw data sets are saved and the Sdtm data sets are saved. Then after that I have created the function raw dataset function and the Sdtm function. These are called class and objects by importing the SAS7 BDAT into the Python environment. So for both raw dataset and Sdtm datasets. Okay, I have run these two of them. Then I am importing the one for the raw dataset mh, another one will be the dm dataset for the study day calculations. So you remember the last time in the CM we took the wrong dm dataset, so now we taking the right one, dm hyphen, that is the right one. Okay, next, so I'm creating the mh1 as a new dataset. I'm just copying that raw dataset. If I go check the view data here, so mh raw, so this is the raw data set we have. Okay, so it should be like 30 columns there. So mh1, so I'm trying to rename the mh term. So if I check the mh term, hide this part as well. So mh term will be the mh term, so I try to rename, that's why mh term. Then after that one I've applied the study id as per the dm. So as per the dm we'll be having, if I go check the dm study id, so AAA 2022, so that is the AAA 2022. So this is as per the dm. Then the domain will be the two abbreviation mh there. Then site id, we took the float, it was the float and we changed into the integer, and we took only the 3 part here, site num, and the subject id will be the subnum for the 3 characters we're taking. Okay, so if I check the mh1, okay, so if I go to the final site id, okay, you see we will be having only 3 without any floating, and also with the subject id. Okay, the 3 characters, and the study id will be there. Next we have to concatenate for the unique subject id, like study id, site id, subject id, and everyone is converting into the character format. Okay, then after that mhcat as a medical history. So medical history for mh, so I'm directly giving as a name medical history, and then mh term will be the mh term x. So this is the one I'm mapping here. I'm assigning them, so that's why I rename it. Then after that, MHENRF. So this one, the timing part, it says if mh ongo equal to yes, then MHENRF equal to ongoing. So I'm doing the where if mh ongo equal to ex, I guess in mh1. Okay, if I go to the mh ongo, so this is given in the x, like the character as x, not y, and this is distinct only in x, and the remaining ones are missing. So for that reason, I took the x, then it's giving as ongoing, and remaining was missing. Okay, so this one is done up, so up to this part. Then mhcat is done, mhterm is done. Okay, and mhenrf is done. Okay, so next what I'm doing, I'm just trying to do with the date parts. Okay, the date part will be having here mhstdtc. So mhstdt into ISO format. If mhstdtc is missing, use mhstat. Okay, so I'm creating a process date as a function here. So the date call, which is the date as like position parameter here. So they should not have NA, or should not is a, if it is a missing, if there is a NA, we written as a missing. Okay, so then we split into the hyphen, and if there is a UNK, then we process append as a missing, or else we give as a part for the part. Okay, for the UNK part. Okay, else if there is UNK, we give as missing. If there is not, we give as a part. Okay, so this is the function, and we are applying the same thing here, because when you check the mh1 and that, you see the majority EMS started majority of the dates have the unknown, like kind of partial dates. So for that reason, I'm using this function to fix that part. Okay, so here I'm applying for both MHSTDTC, MHENDTC. Okay, so if I refresh the data, so if we go here, MHSTDTC, so you'll be having those UNK will be removed, and we'll be having only year part and the date part and the date and month part. Okay, the partial dates are present. Then what I'm doing next, so these two are done. So next I'm doing MH decode equal to preferred term. Okay, so let's go check the MHD to not use. So the decode. Okay, so MS decode I'm giving as a preferred term. The MS bodies is, so that one that will be giving as a associate term. Okay, so these two are just directly assigned them. So this one also directly assigned. So after that one, I'm sorting the unit subject ID. MH1 will be sorted by using the unit subject ID, and make sure the reset index drop equal to true. So it should be reset the sequence of the records. Then after that, I'll do the DM raw. I'm taking only the unit subject ID and reference start date from the DM raw. So the DM raw is this one, the one we have imported from the SDTM dataset, DM hyphen. So this is the DM raw. So the DM raw, I'm using as a DM1 there. Then after that, I'm converting it to the numeric format. Only the date format we're taking for study day calculations. Then I merge with the MH1 and DM1 by unique subject ID in the inner join. Okay, so if I run this one, okay, so we have the MH2. Then after that MH2, I'm creating the two dates, two new variables, a standard numeric format, end date numeric format, and I'm applying for the datetime function. So so for MHSTDTC, I'm applying for the date format function. Okay, so why I'm doing, because MHSTD is in the character format, I'm just changing to the numeric format here, because the study day calculation we always has to do with the numeric format, we cannot do with the character. Okay, so if I show you the MH2, So if I go check this MH2 here, go to the end, STM. So you'll be having this information there. Okay, so this is the one we have to calculate. We have to set it up for the calculation of the study day. Then I'm creating one kind of calculation study day function here. So the basically if there is no if there is any, so we give it as none, and else if there is a reference date like event date minus reference date. If event date and reference date, then we give as a difference here, else we give as a different plus one. Okay, for study day. So here, so if the ms studies minus r of x t dtc, um, so the plus or ms is greater than or equal to r of s t dtc. Okay, so this is the calculations we did here, and we are applying from the starting from the row 1. Okay, this derivation has some error. Actually, this is not the way. Let me show you the CM, so if you have better understanding. So it's CM STDTN minus RF STDN, else CM STDN RF STDN plus 1. So that is the function of this one. Like you see the difference, event date minus RF date. If event date is less than or equal to reference date, we give as a def, else we give as a diff plus 1. Okay, so this is the same thing, but here the MH history is so is giving something else. So yeah, but anyway, so this is the way we have calculated. So next, what we're doing here, so we are sorting the values based on the unique subject ID, then we're creating the sequence, sort the key variables. MS is equal by 1, unique sub study ID MS decode. So we have sort the value first, then after that we have created the MS sequence by grouping the unique subject ID, then we adding the cumulative count plus 1. Okay, we are doing the cumulative count. Okay, so then once we're done, so this part is done, so this part is done. So remaining one we don't need to do it. These are just there is no information available for these ones, so we keep it as yellow. Okay, all of the null values. So MSDUR is permissible variable, so we don't need to do it. Okay, so we get all this information, all the variables are done in this data set. So we have selected the final columns, and the final columns apply to this, retain to this MH final. Then I'm selecting that all this the variables, the label column labels, and I'm applying those all column variables for those MH final attribute functions, like attribute function here, to the column labels. Okay, if I check it, so I will get only those selected columns here. In these ones will be showing as their labels. For the remaining ones will be ignored because we don't need those ones. Okay, next in the final, what I did, I output them in the MS dataset, and I'll be having 236 and 11 record 11 columns. So if I go show you that final dataset MH, so the final will MH final. Okay, so here we'll be having all these 11 columns: MS sequence, MS decode, MS cat, so along with MH ENRF. Okay, so we'll be having the all this information. Okay, so MH STDY, it was not there before, now I have added. So I rerun it again because in the column we haven't been selected MH STDY, MH ENDY before. Now I have selected them, so I keep it here. Now if we check the MH final, so I'll be having 13 columns along with MS TDY and MH ENDY. Okay. Next, what I'm doing here, I'm doing the supplementary data set, supplementary MH. If there is any extra information, we usually collect it in the supplementary data. So in the supplementary data, So here we'll have this so there are few common variables present in the supplementary data set. So that is id var, id var val, qnam, qlabel, qeval, qorigin, qevolution. So these are the common variables for every supplementary MH. So either supplementary DM or supplementary CM. So any supplementary DM or any data set, any domain, these variables will be the common. Okay, so here what I'm doing, so I'm just taking one kind of function here. So idx, so I'm just taking the study ID, the row wise study ID from the MH2. So MH2 we have derived, right? So from this one we have taken our domain is MH. Okay, so here I have given, so I just try to hide this part for now. Okay, so we have study ID as per the MH. Okay, so this should be the same thing, and our domain will be the MH, and unique subject ID also Sdtm-Mh, and ID var will be the MS sequence. Okay, and ID var will be val will be the MS sequence. So Q origin will be the set to CRF. So Q evaluation will be missing. So there is a missing QNAM MHREL. So it's direct assigning. So nothing complicated here. So the condition related to COVID-19 is ongoing. So that is the one Q label. And the Q value is MHREL. Okay, QNAM is MHREL is missing. And the same with SMS data. So there are two data. So write SMS data, append another row. So here we'll be having another so MH on go for ID var val. Okay, ID variable will be having MS sequence, and the QNAM will be the MH on go. So this is the difference here. Here is we have MH REL, and here we'll be having MH on go, and the Q label here is the condition related to COVID-19, and here will be the ongoing, and here is we're taking as MH REL, and we're taking as MH on go, else missing. Then we have created as supplement MH into this PDF data format, data frame in NSMH data. So once we created all this, once we created all these records, so we just create it as a data frame by using the pandas data frame. Okay, so if I show you the supplementary MH, so you see, so if I go check QVal, you see QVal, QNAM, all this information are present. Q evolution is missing, right? So Q origin will be the CRF, and ID bar will be the MS sequence, and one. So there will be only one distance here. Okay, so that is a simple straightforward, and I'm also doing executing this supplementary MH into the final in this path. Okay, so it will be having 472 rows and 10 columns. So if I go and show you where exactly the these data sets are showing present, okay, in the CSV format, it will be here, both MH and supplementary MH. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you like it, and if you have any comment, just mention in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening.